Well, hello folks. Thought I would do a video of our trailer. I kind of debated whether or not I was just going to show the trailer on a video and then try to do comments like after the fact, since I'm pretty bad about forgetting what I'm going to ever say. But I thought I might as well give it a try. So, as you know, finally just recently have gotten this thing pushed out. It used to be in the garage here, right in this area, and got pushed outside and finished up. Last things that I worked on were the trim that goes around the edge here. Had to kind of bend it into shape and then take it back off and apply the butyl tape that kind of seals it, which I still haven't trimmed off the excess butyl tape, but I'll get that done some point in time. But anyway, I thought I would just do a quick little overview of how things look on the trailer now that it's pretty much done. And I'm sorry too for some of the exposure's not the best, but I thought this would probably be the best time to try to do this. So anyway, yeah, this is it's looking pretty much like I was hoping it to. I was pleased the way the paint turned out. It's not the best paint, but it was my first try of painting, and overall it's pretty flat. It doesn't have like a real good, nice, pretty sheen. If you look up here on the top, you can see a nice clear reflection. If you look down on the bottom, yeah, it's not quite as clear. It's a little hazy, but again, this is my first try. I put this little piece of trim on here. This was reminiscent of the original trailer's trim work. This used to be like about an inch space of silver, and then of course down here this was all green, and this was kind of a cream colored up above. So to pay homage to the original design, paint and design, I kept the same style of scalloping on the side of it, and then just added that little piece of pinstriping. It's like a vinyl pinstriping. It's not the best stuff. There's a few spots where it keeps wanting to pull up, but it looks okay. Over onto this side of the trailer, a little bit better look. Looking from a little bit further out here, one of the things that makes this trailer unique, well, there's a couple of things. First of all, the roof line. Most canned hams just kind of make a nice gentle arch all the way over. This company here decided that they were going to put this little dip in the roof here. I'm not exactly sure why, but it is different than everyone else. And the other thing too that makes this a little different is the door. The only other place I've seen doors like this are on some of the Airstream trailers, and again, it's kind of cool looking. The trim, when I rebuilt it, it was really hard to get the trim off, and I kind of hammered it a little bit trying to get it off and moving things around on it, and so I left a lot of little dents on it. But sometimes some things you just have to kind of live with. But anyway, it's got that screen that's really nice, being able to open that up but still have the security of the door shut. Going inside the floor, I did this green and white pattern. So the original trailer was yellow. We got the yellows in here, and the outside was green, and I originally thought maybe I was going to paint this outside part green too, but I was finding that it was hard matching this kind of lighter color green with any paints that were really available. So I thought maybe gray would be a good compromise. So that's what we did, is painted it gray. So the seats at some point in time will be covered in some kind of a vinyl, probably in green and white or something. Sometimes you like the old car seats, you see the V here, so have all this all green and have the little white V in it. I thought would be kind of nice looking. So well, I don't have my table up right now. It's laying right over there because we've been working on the floors, trying to get them cleaned up. And so the layout's pretty much exactly the same. We've got the closet here, and extra little door into the closet there, the ice box. Nothing underneath, because that's kind of like where the drain is and all that stuff. So that's pretty much sitting empty right there. The kitchenette area here is pretty much the same. All I did really is refinish the wood on this. I did replace a little bit of the veneer on the far side, around on the back side. I did replace some of that, and then I just sanded everything down and restained, cleaned up these handles and all of the hardware. I just cleaned up. Same thing with above, except this area up here. This is all new up there. I guess I could turn a light on in here. Nope, no, I can't. I forgot to plug in the trailer. But anyway, so the areas where I had veneer, I replaced all the veneer. But otherwise it's pretty much the same as what it had been. The fact is I didn't even do anything on the inside, and it's still got the same original finish on it from when we bought it 7 years ago. So one of the things you can't see is down underneath the bed, and I know this is really super dim, but down underneath the bed I put a new electrical box in so that we could add circuits for as much as we want to and whenever we wanted to. So that is down underneath there, and it also helps to recharge the 12-volt system whenever it's plugged in. Again, the back of it's pretty much the same as what it was. We've got a futon mattress that's way too big that's sitting in there right now. That someday that's going to come out. We'll put something else in there. Again, the front is pretty much the same too, although I did change the way that the table sits. I put in this little a rail. This is more standard for this age of a trailer, is to put a rail, and the new one just kind of hooks into it. And then I think I probably have shown that before. There's the table right there. Basically I just had to make a whole table on its own, and then the legs assembly too. Fact is, you know what? Maybe I'm just gonna, while I'm just blabbing on here, I'm gonna put the table in place. It's fairly easy to do. There we go. So, yep, had to build the table myself, which wasn't really too tough. And then we put new material here on the top, this gray crushed ice material. We put that on and bought some edging, got that all in place. The cook stove, when we first bought it, this was chrome. And it was peeling really, really bad. One of the first things that we did was took this off and took it down to a powder coater. And you're not supposed to really use these, like if this has been powder coated. A lot of people are concerned about off-gassing, but we really didn't really think that it would be used enough. So it's pretty much just decorative. The stove is, the oven is, it all works. But I didn't want to go through the expense of taking this in and having it professionally re-enamelized in like a chrome finish. Decided this wasn't worth the money. So anyway, we just powder coated it white, And who knows, maybe someday out in the future, I guess, we could always take these off and send some of these panels off to have them enamelized in a different color. So there's a few things that I left in place. This material here is part of the original material that used to be on the countertop here, and it also was kind of as a backsplash or side splash area. I just wanted to kind of leave a little bit of the history in place of the trailer, so we left that. Even if it kind of clashes someday, that's okay. I mean, this is not a show trailer. This is for us to go camping in, and we don't really care that much about the minute. I guess just like the having everything perfect, perfect color combos and stuff like that. That's not really that important to us. This is more just for us to go camping in, like I said. The curtains, those were made from like back when we first got it. Some of you probably may remember me posting about those, the Route 66. And overall, we kind of do have a Route 66 theme, kind of. I mean, if you call curtains a theme. But we do have a few other things that'll be setting out too, that are Route 66. And then plus we've got some of our Route 66 magnets and stuff. I don't know, just little things like that that we're going to decorate it up with. And I got a ton of maps. I've been collecting maps for years and years and years, and I can put some old travel maps out too. One of the things that I did when restoring this, I wanted to convert this, which is only part of a gas lantern. I wanted to convert this to electric, to 12-volt electric. And to do that, you have to run wires through, and you have a little bulb in here, but I need to get the rest of this first, and I never did even actually tighten it down, thinking that at some point in time I was going to get something to fix and replace it. So anyway, I run 12-volt wiring along through here with this to be hooked up at some point in time, with a little switch under here to turn it off and on. I put another slit switch here for our grab handle outside the door here. That's probably a little bit too close. Anyway, that grab handle was only just a handle when we bought this unit, but I kind of recognized early that it could be hooked up with a light in it. So I went ahead and ran the 12-volt line down through the wall and down out to here so that I could put a little light there. Another thing that I changed too was this fan. We decided that it would be nice to actually be able to get a little bit of airflow through here rather than just letting air naturally flow up and down. So we hooked up this fan from Dometic. It's a pretty nice little fan. But we bought that and put it in, and I got that installed here a couple of days ago. I think that's pretty much all for the. Oh, actually, a couple more things on the inside. Down under here, I did add some 12-volt outlets so that we can charge our phone and any other things that we want to charge. And I also put another one down over here. I know that's way too dark for you really to be able to see, but trust me, it's there. That little black thing right there in the middle of the screen. So that's another outlet that we put. Oops, I forgot my step. So I'm making the big step down. And I guess kind of finishing out here on the front, it's a little hard for me to see now because after being in the dark, stepping out into the light, it's a little bright. But anyway, this was the original design for the the silver part that went around it before. I just actually I made it a little more symmetrical. It wasn't too symmetrical to begin with, and I fixed it a little better so that it's the same on both. That's just kind of the anal retentiveness of Jay that's coming out with that. I also pretty much left the hitch area the same. This is not obviously not an original jack on here, but I went ahead and kept that on there. I did put a new gas line on. Actually, not a new gas line, but just a new way of doing the gas line. I put a quick disconnect on here so that I don't really like the looks of having those big tanks sitting in the front. It's just kind of my personal taste, and so I thought instead I would just have a small little tank that we would bring along with us, and just put it in the back of the pickup to transport it. So, and I guess I never did mention this is the water fill tank. It's like an old gas cap. It was kind of funny seeing it something like that on the trailer, but yeah, it's not to fill it up with gasoline if you did and blow up the trailer, but anyway, yeah, that's for the water. I put a new water tank inside too, because the old one was 10, and who knows how long it'd been in there for 50 years or whatever, and probably just kind of dirty and yucky. This is the new inlet for the trailer, and that's a 30 amp service now instead of the 15 amp that it used to be. So anyway, that's kind of an overview of the trailer, and I thought maybe I'd just do this because not everyone's going to have the opportunity ever be able to come in and look at it, so that maybe this would be the next best thing for anyone who's actually interested in the trailer. So that's all, and thanks for listening to my rambling, and have a good one.